I'm Jane Webb, and I'm the founder of Illumini. We're a not-for-profit art organisation that basically runs events in underground spaces and unusual spaces. This is called a Cryptmas, and we're actually in a crypt, in an underground crypt in St Pancras. And the idea is to have like an alternative illuminating grotto. Basically all the sections where there would have been bodies stored back in the day, which is, there's no bodies here now. But basically we've installed art installations, all themed on sort of alternative Christmas. We have loads of light and projection, some fun stuff for the kids, and there's loads of work that people can kind of engage in. My first day off is actually Christmas Eve, and I will be back at home unloading my van. So by the time I finished, unfortunately, I think all the shops will probably be shut for me to go out and try and find a turkey. So this year, unfortunately, me and my partner have decided that we're not actually going to have Christmas and that we've kind of given it up to do this event for free. And we just decided that we would do a free event this Christmas, as it's been such a bad financial year for people, very expensive for families to come to. Art is literally for anybody. I think all art should definitely be free. I mean, we've had sort of, people, homeless people coming in, and that's the whole point, that we want to open up literally to everybody. I mean, we distribute leaflets and put up posters in sort of the poorer parts of London and try and attract people to come down, have some fun for free. And arts funding's been cut quite dramatically recently. But one thing that the arts does do, if it's music, if it's theatre, if it's dance, if it's something strange like this event, it actually distracts you from what's been going on, and it's a bit of escapism, it's a bit of fun, and it kind of is great imagination for sort of the young ones as well. We do intend to have a little bit of a mixture of photography, installations, but everything here is using light in one way or another. Some ways you would just never dream of it. A lot of the people that have been walking down and seeing some of the projections are like, wow, and I think light just does that. It's one of those things that just puts a smile on your face, and no matter how old you are, everybody likes illumination. I mean, at Christmas time, it's one of the most common things anyway.
Road, opposite the fire station on the main Euston Road near Euston Station, and you're in the crypt, I think, Jim.
Well, I'm nearly in the crypt.
Oh.
I'm outside of the crypt because I wanted you to have the experience of walking in down into the dungeons with me.
Come on,
of course, it's not a dungeon, it's where lots of lovely people were laid to rest once in the past, but not anymore. They've all been removed decades ago, and now the crypt underneath St Pancras Church is like this amazing sort of venue, performance space, art space, and they put on all these amazing different types of installation pieces down there and art shows, all the rest of it. And what they got at the moment is this thing called Cryptomass, and I've just had a look, and it's brilliant. I'll tell you what, if you're around this area and you've got the young ones with you, you want to give them a little bit of a Christmas experience, bring them down here to have a wander around. Just being in a crypt is crazy enough as it is, but also there's the added attraction of there being a rather funky little Christmas, Father Christmas down there with a few toys as well. But the church, it's just the most fantastic church. Now luckily we're going to have the vicar who's going to come and meet us about 9 o'clock, who's going to tell us about the history of this church, because just looking up on it, it's the one opposite Euston. If ever you have gone past this area down Euston Road, and it's on the road that takes you up to Russell Square. And it's the most amazing church on the corner, and there's all sorts of incredible statues that surround it, and all mad colonnades. There must be a massive history to this place, and we will find out from the vicar shortly. But anyway, listen, shall we go in the crypt?
Well, yes, please.
Yes,
I can hear it's changing atmosphere already.
We're wandering in, and I'm wondering if Jane. Now, Jane is the lady who has a very interesting story to tell us, because we'll come to that in a second. But she's basically put on this thing and Cryptomass, and we're wandering inside the crypt now. And the whole idea of this, Jane, is really to get artists who use light to come into these sort of subterranean spaces, and this one, we've got a massive Christmas feel about it.
Yeah, this space was meant to be like an illuminated Christmas grotto,
And we decided that we would do, as we've had a bad financial year this year, we actually thought that we would actually do a really free Christmas event for everybody. And the artists involved are from students to professionals to people that do it as hobbies, and everybody's using illumination.
Come on, let's walk and talk, Jane. So we're going into the crypt now. Now, if you've ever been into a crypt, you know what I'm talking about and what I'm seeing here, but if you haven't, let me explain. All the little ceilings are vaulted, right? It's almost like you're going into a wine cellar, and as you walk along, you come to these little enclaves. They're kind of little sort of mini tunnels off of a main corridor, and this is where you would have had all the bodies, and the coffins would have been stacked up back in the day when this was properly used as a crypt. But at the moment we've got loads of different art installations. Jane, come down here, let's have a look at this one here, because it just so happens we have one of the artists who's done one of their own little pieces here. Who have we got here, Jane? Introduce your colleague here.
This is Joe Taylor, who's done the watches.
Okay, Joe, now this is fantastic. Let me just explain what I'm looking at here. This is a light box. It's a huge light box with the most incredible silhouettes of angels who are looking over us. That's basically what they're doing, isn't it?
They're watching our every move.
Oh my God, right, okay.
This is based on one of the theories out there about angels, that not only do we apparently have guardian angels that watch over us from life to death, but apparently 2 angels meet us when we die. One of them has been watching our every move that is obvious to everybody, that everybody knows about, but the other angel apparently has recorded all the deeds we've done, that's secret thoughts and actions. So any thought you've had, you know, that you think no one else knows about, you're wrong.
I mean, the mind boggles with that. I need to lie down, to be honest with you, thinking about the thoughts I've had that I don't want anyone else to have. But what you've done here is actually really fascinating, because you've used your own technique here, which is highly private and personal and confidential, but essentially what you've done is you use smoke and soot to create these really kind of mysterious images of these angels.
Yep, I have, and I call these smokographs. I've got several of them. They all look very different. Obviously, you're looking at angels at the moment, but they're from the Body Snatcher series.
Right.
And there's a whole variety of them that I have, and I'm looking for a home for this, a temporary home. It's about 6 foot something by 5 foot something. So if anyone's got a church or a crypt or a massive living room, let me know.
Right, okay. Well, we'll be flooded with offers, I can guarantee you that, Joe. Not. Anyway.
I know. I live in one room, can you imagine?
Exactly. Right, okay, listen, we're going deeper into the crypt now, everybody. Deeper and deeper. Jane, where are we going now? Who are we going to visit now? Who's going to be lurking around this corner?
We have Nicola here from Genetic Moo, who do very amazing projections that are interactive.
Right, okay. And here she is. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much.
Very good, very good. Now, what we're looking at here, guys, as you walk around the corner, and these new sort of funky kind of art pieces where it's projected onto a screen and it's like a 3D animation. But what's great about it is you walk in, as soon as you get close to it, it suddenly sort of responds to your presence in the room. And this thing that we're looking at here is what?
It's a sea angel. It's literally a sea angel. It's based on a snail that swims in the north of the world in a very cold place. And basically what Genetic Moo do is look at simple creatures and we try and recreate them using human body parts.
Now, Genetic Moo is not some kind of fantasy world here. We're talking about your collaborative efforts with an artist colleague of yours.
Yeah, in this case, the interactive work with Genetic Moo is myself and Tim.
So what do you do then? You literally sort of take the image of something like this, like a sea angel, you put it on a computer, 3Dize it, or whatever you want to call it, and then create this sort of image.
Yeah, what we do, I mean, all of our work is inspired by simple creatures like starfish, urchin, etc. And these are all our ancestors. And I look at video about how they move and things like that. And then I look at the body parts and I think, what human body part does that look like? And then literally we video, photograph ourselves. You could describe them as self-portraits. And then we cut them together and manipulate them and create these creatures from them.
Wow, fantastic. It looks great as well. And the thing that I love about it is that when you walk near it, it starts sort of moving and speeding up and responding to you being here. And so guys, listen, it's all little things like that which are inhabiting all the little different nooks and crannies of the crypt down here. Everywhere I look, there are different themed, Christmassy, Santa-y, grotto-y, crazy bits of artwork, all lit up, all kind of there in your face, and of course, there is a Santa Claus around the corner.
Oh.
But Jim, is this open late night or does it close quite early?
We're actually open every single day from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Now
You
that's
can come down here for a little Christmas date yourself.
exactly
wouldn't you,
after
really?
you've done your shopping.
After you've done your shopping. So listen, we're going into the deepest, darkest crevice of the crypt. We are in front of Santa. It's time for the news, I think. I shall see if I can dig out a present for all of you.
Fantastic.
With the headlines, I'm Gemma Stevenson. Good